Let S be the circle in the xy plane defined by the equation x square plus y square is equal to 4. Let E1, E2 and F1, F2 be the chord of S passing through the point P0 is 1, 1 and parallel to the x-axis and the y-axis respectively. Let G1, G2 be the chord of S2 passing through P0 and having a slope of minus 1. Let the tangent to S at E1 and E2 meet at E3 and the tangent to S at F1 and F2 meet at F3. Then the tangents to S at G1 and G2 meet at G3. Then the points E3, F3, G3 lie on the curve this. Okay, it would be easier and much faster if we graphically draw and try to get a picture of what the chord and the tangent look like. Firstly, it's given that it's a circle in the xy plane and its x square plus y square is equal to 4. We should know that the equation of a circle when it is given as x square plus y square is equal to 4 is similar to the equation of a circle with center at 0, 0 and radius r is written as x square plus y square is equal to r square. If we compare the equations, then we get by comparing we get radius is equal to 2. We'll draw the circle. First we'll draw the coordinate axis. This is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. And it has the center on 0, 0 and radius of 2. We consider as the circle. The radius is 2, so this point is 2, 0. This point is minus 2, 0. And the point here is 0, 2. This is 0, minus 2. And the center is 0, 0. Now, we have P0 as 1, 1 and 1, 1 is a point. This is 1, 0 and this is 0, 1. So 1, 1 is somewhere here. This is P0. It's given that E1 and E2 is the chord that is parallel to the x-axis. E1 and E2 is this chord. We will represent it as E1, E2. We have another chord which is F1, F2 which is parallel to the y-axis. This is F1, F2 and we have G1, G2 which has a slope of minus 1. G1, G2 is this chord. Now, it's given that the tangents at E1 and E2 meet at E3. So the tangents at E1 and E2 can be written as this. We will extend the coordinate axis. After that, we get that the tangent meets somewhere here, and this is E3. For F1 and F2, the tangent meets somewhere on the x-axis because it is symmetrical with respect to x-axis. So we know that by symmetry it will meet on the x-axis. This is F3. And from G1 and G2, we have the tangent somewhere here. This is G3. Now, we have to find the point E3, G3 and F3. For E3, we have to find the points E1 and E2 first. So the point E1 and E2 both have their y coordinate as 1. We consider E1 as some number C1. We do not know the x coordinate, but we know the y coordinate, which is 1. And for E2, we know the x coordinate at some C2, and we know the y coordinate, which is 1. And these satisfy the equation of the circle. So putting the value in the equation of the circle, we get, for E1, we get C1 square plus 1 is equal to 4. That implies C1 square is equal to 3. That implies C1 is equal to plus or minus root 3. As we have drawn in this picture, C1 is negative and C2 is positive. So, we found E1 as minus root 3 comma 1 and E2 as root 3 comma 1. From that, we can find the point E3. The equation of the tangent of the circle at a point x1, y1 is x1 plus y1 is equal to r square. We represent this as tangent at some point x1, y1. Putting x1, y1 as minus root 3 comma 1, we get minus root 3x plus y is equal to 4. Now we know by symmetry that we write this as using point E1. Now we know by symmetry that this would lie on the y-axis. That implies the x coordinate would be 0. That implies y is equal to 4 and x is equal to 0. So the point E3 is equal to 0 comma 4. We represent it here 0 comma 4. Now we have to find point F3 and G3. For F3 and G3, we have For F3 and G3, we first calculate F3. We have F1 and F2, they have the same x coordinate, which is 1. F1 can be represented as 1 comma some m1, which is the y coordinate, and F2 can be represented as 1 comma m2. Now m1 and m1 comma m1 and 1 comma m2, they lie on the circle. So if we fit them in the equation of the circle, we get 1 square plus m1 square is equal to 4. That again gives m1 is equal to plus or minus root 3. We consider f1 above the x-axis and f2 below the x-axis. That implies m1 is equal to root 3 and m2 is equal to minus root 3. So the point is f1 1 comma root 3 and f2 is 1 comma minus root 3. We will write the equation of the tangent for f1, which is x1 plus y1 is equal to 4, and x1 y1 in this case is equal to 1 comma root 3. Doing that, we get x plus root 3y is equal to 4. Now, by symmetry, we know that the point would be somewhere on x-axis. So, the y coordinate is 0. That gives x coordinate as 4. The point F3 hence is 4 comma 0. We represent it as 4 comma 0. For G3, we have G3, we have to find G1 and G2. The equation, it's given in the question that G1, G2 is a chord of S passing through P0 and having slope -1, which gives us that it should have a slope of -1. That implies, and it should pass through point 1 comma 1. So if we represent the equation of G1, G2 by y is equal to mx plus c, which is the equation of a line, it's given in the question that m is equal to -1. Then the equation is y is equal to minus x plus c. We have the information that this line passes through 1 comma 1. Putting 1 comma 1 in the equation, we get 1 is equal to minus 1 plus c. That implies c is equal to 2. So the equation of y is equal to minus x plus 2. Putting the equation of y in the equation of circle to get the x coordinate is two minus x whole square plus x square is equal to 4. That implies 4 plus x square minus 4x plus x square is equal to 4. That implies 2x square is equal to 4x. So one of the solution x is equal to 0 Then another solution is 2x is equal to 4, which implies x is equal to 2. The value of x coordinates is x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 2. For x is equal to 0, we have y is equal to 2, and for x is equal to 2, we have y is equal to 0. These are nothing but what we actually drew in the picture, that G1 is 0, 2, this point is 0, 2, which is G1, and this is 2, 0, which is G2. The tangent would therefore be, the tangent at 0, 2 would therefore be parallel to the x-axis, and the tangent at 2, 0 would be parallel to y-axis, and the point G3 would be two, 2 by symmetry. It would be 2, 2. Now we got F3 as 4, 0, and we have E3 as 0, 4. These 3 points, they satisfy the equation that is given in option A. That is x plus y is equal to 4, which is the final answer.